Welcome to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world about their books, their life experience, how they got their book published, where they get their ideas from. If you're ready to pick the next book you're going to read, check this one out, Shoes of Peace on the Desert Road. What could it be about? We're going to find out when the author comes in a few minutes. But I love to read books about strong people who overcome and serve come as an example for other people. I've got a feeling that might be the book that we're going to hear about today. Welcome to our guest, Sarah Ivette Morales. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Tell our viewers where you are located.
I am located in Mission, Texas, basically the tip of
The
Texas.
tip of Texas. Did I kind of have the description of your book? Did I come close? Tell us about your
Yes,
book,
you did.
Shoes of Peace on the Desert Road.
Yes, you did.
Tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, it's basically, in my case, everybody faces those trials and tribulations in life, and in my case, it was dealing with a cancer diagnosis. Completely unexpected. Of course, cancer didn't run in my family, and didn't know who to turn to as far as how to address this. And writing was very therapeutic for me, and I wanted to leave something behind for my family, especially my two daughters, my young ones. And it just turned into a labor of love. And I approached Christian Faith Publishing with it, and they said yes, and here I am.
Yeah, it's interesting. You are a person who planned every little detail of your life. Is that right?
Yes,
And then what
yes,
happened?
I was a dedicated special education teacher for 13 years, 1 year school librarian, and we plan. We are planners. Teachers are planners, multitaskers, and that was me to a T. And I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody ever does.
Right.
And I just thank God for the faith. And like I said in the book, it was five things for me: God, faith, family, and friends, and a positive attitude. I had to keep that in mind.
And there's no planning for this just unimaginable thing, the cancer.
Yes, heartbreaking, shattered all my dreams, everything. I mean, the planner in me was like, okay, college, career, marriage, children. Okay, we're done. Retire. Call it a career, and we're done. But that wasn't the case.
Can I ask how you're doing with the cancer?
Oh, yes. My last two scans that I had, I get scans every 3 months, came back, no evidence of disease. So I'm
Wow.
very grateful. I'm thankful. Um, I can't, words are not enough to address that, but grateful to be here. And I really feel that I'm here for the purpose of sharing my story.
Who should be reading this book?
I think anyone should be reading this book as far as anyone going through those trials in life. And I know sometimes, I mean, I myself, it's very hard in this world. We can be built down and so boggled with the ways of the world. And sometimes we need that perspective of, you know what, I know that what I'm going through is difficult, but it can be done. And it can be done with God, with Jesus. And I just hope everybody, gets that from this story to remember, always remember the promises.
Now, I think that, I don't know because I've never been through a major crisis, but I think a lot of people feel like they're the first ones to go through this and they're all alone out there.
Yes.
How
And
can your book serve to help those people?
I hope through my story they can feel that they aren't alone. Everyday person, just nothing to me. I mean, just a teacher going out their daily life, and then they get hit with the news and okay, where do we take it from here? I mean, going through that whole process, I'm stand with anybody going through cancer, going through any illness, depression. It is not easy, but it can be done.
Well, one thing we know for sure is we're all going to go through a major life hit. We're going to lose a loved one. Um, we're going to have a horrible disease. We're going to be in a horrible car accident. So I
Yes.
don't know how you prepare for that, but I'm interested to. It'll be interesting to read your book to see the journey you went through. Maybe we could prepare our minds ahead a little bit. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, yes. I know I read some books before that I felt prepared me for this journey, and one of them was Joyce Meyer's Battlefield of the Mind. And how did I know that years later,
Mm,
that's a big, big key part of everything
yeah.
is to protect that mind.
How did your faith play a role in this? What was your
Oh,
faith beforehand, during, and after?
oh my goodness. My faith right now is you can't, it is a complete what they say 360. I was always a person of faith, but I had to surrender. I was in control, and I always had been. So I had to realize
Yeah,
that I needed to surrender. And so that's what I hope people can see, that
yeah.
they need to surrender to Him, and He will take care of you.
Well, I have people I'm going to give this book to. Like you said, everybody should read this book. I got people that they could use this book now, and
Yeah.
I want to encourage people as you're watching this and being moved to order the book. That's what we hope you're going to do, is order the book. Don't go wherever you buy books, Amazon or wherever, and click one time. Order 5 of them, for goodness sakes, and give them away. I love to do that. You know, I'm always having to
Yes.
go to someone's
Yes.
house for dinner, and I like to take a gift. I take books, so and when you give a book, the next time you go to their house, you're going to see that book on their shelf too. So that's important. Um,
Yes. I have given away books as well. Actually, just to somebody getting at the car dealership, she vented to me and she poured out her heart, and I just felt in my soul that wow, I think she needs to read it. And the next time she saw me, she said, "Thank you so much for the book," and I could just see a different spirit in her.
yeah, that is great. Now, Sarah, do you have another book in you? You're thinking about another book?
Ah, I actually do. I have a children's book
Oh, good.
ready to go. Yes, and a devotional based on some tidbits of my life that, some interesting circumstances and things that have happened to me that I feel that also need to be shared.
Yeah, that's the thing about a memoir. They're never really done, are they?
No.
Yeah. Now, tell me about what period you started writing. How long did it take you to write the book?
I started after my diagnosis, and it took me, I'm going to say, about 6 months to
6 months.
do it until I finally got to a stopping point where I said, you know what, I think this can stop here. And it didn't. It
Okay.
didn't stop there. The ending of my story actually continued because it ended with a good note, but it also came back again, and then I
Yeah.
had to
Oh boy.
go through a lot again. So, but it was during that time of diagnosis, and I had submitted it to Christian Faith Publishing, and in May of 2024 is when it finally was published.
Finally, it was published. Yeah. Now, many of our viewers are people writing their first book, and there's
Oh,
literally millions out there writing their first book, and it's amazing when people can put that pencil down and say, "I'm done." And congratulations, by the way. But a lot of times that's just the beginning of the journey. Once you finish writing the book, the next big step is the publishing. But you got pretty lucky.
I did. And like I said, to even have that book is an accomplishment within itself. I
Yeah.
did not set out to be a writer. I was never one that said, "Oh, I want to write a book one day." No, not at all. So to have this, it's a blessing, and I hope it's a blessing for others.
Now we have your website on the screen, christianfaithpublishing.com/books/ the information on your book. Can people buy the book there?
Yes, they can buy the book there, and I believe if they just click on the links that are available, they'll take them to Amazon,
Yeah,
Reader's House, iTunes.
all those places there. And what
Mhm.
formats is the book in?
It's in paperback right now, and audio book is in the works,
Good.
so I can't wait for that to be done.
I tell you, we old people appreciate that very much because it's
Ah,
getting harder to read these books. So,
I think it's also just easy, accessible for
yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
so that's also nice too.
Now, is it on Kindle as well?
Yes, I believe
It's
it's
on
on
Kindle, yeah.
Kindle.
Yeah, I just saw it right before we came live. It was on Kindle there. Well, I appreciate you coming, Sarah. We're out of time. I just want to give you a minute to say anything you want about the book or life or the world. It's all yours.
I just want to say to everybody out there, you know, the biggest thing for me was to also read the Bible. please read your Bible. There's a lot of messages out there encouraging, and that is wonderful. But there is nothing like reading the Word for yourself,
That's right.
because I experienced everything through that, and the inner peace and unexplainable peace was something that I've experienced and I still continue experiencing.
That's a wonderful way to wrap it up. Sarah Ivette Morales. Get her book, Shoes of Peace I'm missing the bottom, On the Desert Road. Here it is again. Shoes of Peace on the Desert Road. And for our viewers watching, don't go anywhere because we're going to be right back with another author right after this.